Hey guys, welcome back to Nostalgia Lane. We've got an episode all about the PS2 and Riley's favorite games and just memories about it. So here we go. So the PS2 was a huge part of my childhood. I remember getting mine for Christmas back when I was in 6th grade. And man, that was an awesome Christmas. I remember unwrapping it. I remember getting Guitar Hero World Tour with the guitar and everything. And I just from there the PS2 just had me like that. Now I didn't start with the fat model like most people did. I was kind of late to the PS2 game, and I ended up with the silver slim version here. Um, it's super sleek though. I love the silver version. I do have a fat model as well, but the silver slim was the first one that I got. Now, one of the first games that I owned for the PS2 was NASCAR '09. I can't quite remember if this game was bundled with the PS2 or if I just unwrapped it with it. I can't totally remember, but this game was actually pretty fun. Jeff Gordon was my favorite racer when I used to watch NASCAR, and so it was cool to have, his game. It was actually a lot of fun. You race the COTs, the Car of Tomorrow. Those were huge. Right when they changed the body style and all. Um, but it's cool because you can go into the depth of the car and change little things about it. You can kind of customize it before the race. Not so much the paint style, but like how the engine works and your tires. I remember you could adjust the wedge, and that kind of helped you turn and like adjust certain things like that. So it was really interesting. I remember more than just like racing regularly. I like to just sabotage the race and turn around and go backwards and just crash everyone on purpose. I think that was the most fun thing to do. Um, just to see how messed up you can get your car. And I remember, I think you could just pull right into pit road, and you just get it fixed right away. I think so. You could just keep getting restarted and cause as much damage and sabotage the whole race if you wanted to. This game was a lot of fun for me, and it was one of the first PS2 games that I ever had. So that same Christmas, I also unwrapped Guitar Hero World Tour with the guitar and everything, the whole shebang. Um, Gosh, I remember popping this thing in, hooking it up right to my grandma's TV, and just started it. And at that time, my favorite song was "Living on a Prayer" by Bon Jovi. So when I saw that this song was on here, I completely lost it. And I think that was about the only song that I played for like the first like half hour. I just kept playing that over and over and over. My cousin and I even got into a guitar battle, and we were battling back and forth. Got to where the song just kept getting faster and faster. I was playing on expert, and I think, was on like medium. So I eventually lost just because of how fast the notes started coming at you. But that's just a huge memory of Guitar Hero World Tour. It was super cool also because they added the drums to it and a microphone. But I never had the microphone, I don't think. And the drums came later. I didn't have the official Guitar Hero drums. My friend Brady had Rock Band drums, and so he'd bring those over, and we'd play them on that. And I think I still have those. But those are just some fun memories of Guitar Hero World Tour. And that basically dawned the rest of my Guitar Hero collection and how much I love Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero 3, I can't say enough good things about. Too many memories with this game. Even playing it with Brady over at his house, using the cheats and changing the colors of the notes. I think that's what you could do. Maybe that's in World Tour, but I remember performance mode where you wouldn't see the notes on the screen and you would have to play it by memory. And I don't know if we had all the cheats activated because there's no fail cheat, but I just remember Brady playing through the Fire and Flames. I don't know if it was on easy or if it was on expert, but he made it through the whole thing on performance mode. I just remember that so fondly. And gosh, so many awesome songs in Guitar Hero 3 as well. And then obviously Metallica. All of the Guitar Heroes are just awesome. I can go on and on about them. You guys have seen a couple episodes that we ended up having to take down due to some copyright issues or whatever, so I'll have to look into those and figure out how I can make them without getting in trouble, because I really enjoyed making those Guitar Hero videos. Another game that I will associate the PS2 with is Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Mortal Kombat Armageddon was the first Mortal Kombat that I played, and I think my friend Bryce, who lived across the street, he introduced it to me. And I just remember so fondly playing as a Taven, and it's kind of like the story mode, like it's kind of like a beat 'em up until you get to like an influential character or like a main character, and then you go into the fighting mode, and then you'd fight like, you know, the classic Mortal Kombat style. And I don't think many other Mortal Kombats included that in there. I think Shaolin Monks might have, but Armageddon just takes the cake for me. Even what was it? Motor Combat. Motor Combat was basically Mario Kart on Mortal Kombat, and you know, pick your favorite racer or your favorite fighter, and then you get to race as them, and you get little power-ups, and they each have their own power-up, and that kind of gave them an edge in the race. And so I remember Scorpions was, you could, he'd send his, you know, he'd say, "Get over here," and send his, I don't know what that is, but he pulled I think it'd either pull you to the guy or pull them back. I also think in this game, I probably went through more controllers than I did in any other game. I would rage so hard at this game. If I couldn't beat, who was it, either like Shao Kahn or Blaze, fighting Blaze in the tournament. What was that? The tower. You fought each one until you got up to Blaze. Oh, I can't tell you how many controllers I must have gone through with Mortal Kombat Armageddon. That was just, yeah, a rage builder for me too. But it still is a fun game, and the build your own fighter was the icing on the cake too. We had a lot of fun making our own guys.
Finish her! Reptile wins. Fatality.
I don't think I can think of the PS2 without remembering Burnout 3 Takedown. This is another game that me and Brady spent so many hours on. We'd do sleepover after sleepover and just stay up most of the night playing this game. Mostly on Road Rash. I remember Brady, oh man, he had a takedown streak of like, I think his best was 63. And that was done on like a little TV that had like a built-in VCR. It was just a tiny little TV, and we had it hooked up into our one of our blanket tents, and just played this non-stop. Racing, crash mode was intense. I love the soundtrack to this too. Like Franz Ferdinand, "Burn This City," I think, or This Fire. That was a good one. Lazy Generation, that was another good song. Had some songs by the Ramones in there as well. Great soundtrack and great game, and great childhood memories. Alright, so this might seem kind of goofy to you guys, but I loved Dance Dance Revolution Extreme number 2. I think this one is. Yep. This is the one that I think we played most at our neighbor's house, who eventually moved to another neighborhood that was still close. We'd ride our bikes over to their house, and we'd pop this in and we'd play. And maybe I'll even bust out the old dance pad and get some footage of me going at it on Dance Dance Revolution. But I gotta say, I love this Dance Dance Revolution. I'm not sure how different it is from other ones, or even if it is different, but still some great memories with this, and I can't overlook it. All right, this is going back again to the Brady era. Me and Brady loved our MX versus ATV games, especially MX Unleashed. I think we played Unleashed more than MX versus ATV Unleashed. But man, we got pretty good at this game. Now Brady, he started off. He was a lot better than I was at it. I remember we'd do a point contest, and we'd see who could rack up the most points in a certain time limit. And he was doing all of these crazy tricks, spun in with backflips and like pendulums and like tsunamis and all that kind of stuff. And I would just do no-handers, just triangle up. Sometimes I'd hold it, sometimes I'd spam it so I'd get more and more over and over. But Brady and I, yeah, we threw down pretty good on MX Unleashed games. Um, I'm pretty sure Brady still plays the newer ones. I haven't played too much of the new MX games, but they've gotten pretty realistic with the physics and stuff. So they are a little more challenging, in my opinion, but I will always go back to these just because of how awesome the memories I have with them are. You could even make your own racer guy who kind of look like you and your gear that you had in real life, and all of the different motorcycles and the CCs you could get. Like we'd mess around with the 50 CCs, or we'd go up and unlock the 500 CC class. I remember getting the monster trucks. You have to race the monster truck or the plane or the sand rail to unlock them. I also remember we'd even put in the cheat codes. I think it was Lazy Boy, I think is what gave you everything. It was either Lazy Boy or Super Can. I can't remember which one was which for which game, but I remember both of them unlocked everything in the game for you. Which I think we ended up just doing because I think we couldn't beat the biplane or the helicopter. The helicopter was fast. I remember racing that thing. That was a hard race. So I think we just ended up typing in Super Can and getting it over with. But all of the tracks, the Supercross tracks or the national tracks, we like to mess around a lot on the nationals just because of how the open area around everything was. Especially in MX Unleashed, Montauk Plains, I think it was. That was like so classic because you had the semi trucks that would drive around on the street, and you just hit the ramps that are on them. These games will always have a spot in my heart. I can't say enough about these games either. I love the MX Unleashed games. All right, The Simpsons Hit and Run. This is the PS2 was the first console that I played Simpsons Hit and Run on, and that was in Iowa with my cousins Connor and Kobe. We we even got so into it that we used to set up a camcorder behind us to record what we were doing because we got so many good laughs out of this game. The Simpsons humor is so witty and so smart, and I just love the humor that they used. It's basically a kid-friendly Grand Theft Auto, okay? And that's all I can really. That's all I just can't express enough how much I love this game. Yeah, I think I've talked about it in a few episodes before, so I'm not gonna go too much more into it. But Hit and Run, definitely favorite PS2 game for sure. I can't talk about the PS2 also without mentioning Star Wars Battlefront 2. I had this game on many different consoles, from the PC to the PS2, and I remember playing it on a family friend's Xbox. I think that was the first Battlefront, but Battlefront 2 just did everything right with the heroes and flying. I think you could do both, but I just think Battlefront 2 was more refined. But man, spent hours and hours on this game. I mean, instant action, you can't beat it. You can make your own playlist essentially. It's like a fight list, I guess you could say. and you could pick your favorite maps and just go through each one on whatever mode you wanted. Oh, Battlefield 2 is one of my favorites, that's for sure.
Nice finish, trooper. Watch your fire! Snap! Take him out! Knock it off! For the Chancellor!
Are you sure you need a Jedi of my caliber?
Feel your hate.
Lost control of a command post. Another command post for the Republic. Another command post for the Republic. Enemy reinforcements are decreasing. Check your fire! Watch those wrist rockets! For the Chancellor!
We are being flanked.
Command post under attack.
Yoda you summon. Here I am. Against the power of the Force.
This was not taken off.
You cannot hope to defeat me.
Alright, another one that you guys might not agree with or whatever, but this game will always have a spot in my heart is Thrillville. I love the roller coaster tycoon games, and this game is no exception. I love trying to make your guests happy. I love trying to figure out what'll make the park better, or what the guests are wanting, what rides they want to see or ride, what games they want to play, food they want to eat, all that kind of stuff. I love figuring that out. I love talking to the guests, being able to talk to them, and kind of form a relationship with them, and you know, when you finish your conversation, you'd run around and then you'd bump into them again, and then they'd remember you, and you could carry on your old conversations.
A cheetah can run up to 62 miles per hour, which is almost 4 times as fast as a domestic cat.
Wow, that's fast.
You could even ride the rides that you built, which I don't know about you guys, but I thought was pretty awesome. I don't think I remember Roller Coaster Tycoon and Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, you couldn't do that in. I think it was Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 you were able to do that. But then I also remember Sim Theme Park on PS1 you could ride the rides on. But Thrillville, I mean, with the PS2's improved graphics, okay, riding rides was a whole new experience. Oh, I can't say enough about this game either. I mean, all the mini games you could do. The first-person shooter, I think it's like a suction dart game, and you're literally running around like a cowboy town, trying to shoot all the bad guys and pick up treasure, and you get different weapons. It's actually pretty in-depth for just a theme park game. I think if you haven't tried this, you should definitely give it a shot. You might like it. There's so many good things about Thrillville that I can say. You guys know I love Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank Going Commando was the first Ratchet and Clank game that I owned. I didn't know that it was the second game in the series. I just thought it was another Ratchet and Clank game. I never owned the first Ratchet and Clank when before I started collecting. I just remember playing that one in Target at a kiosk, which was I have so many memories of that too. But Going Commando, I think just nailed it perfect with like the newly improved graphics, I think, and just how they continued the story. I don't know. I just have so many memories. Oh, one thing that I still kick myself for is restarting the game. I don't know why. I think I ended up getting bored, and I had just gotten through the desert mission where you had to go and collect all of the little purple gems, and I just didn't want to play it anymore. So I was going through all of the options. I don't know why or how, but I hit the restart or delete data or something like that. So I had to restart the game and do that whole part through the whole desert again, which was fun but grueling at the same time, just because of how I think there were 100 of those things out there, and the map was huge. Then you had to do it again on the ice level. I can't remember what the planets' names were, but this game was still super fun. I did end up coming back and beating it. So this the last boss fight was pretty hard, I would say, but all in all, I love the Ratchet and Clank games, and Going Commando I'd always associate with the PS2. Well, I mean, I guess everybody has to associate with the PS2 because it was only on the PS2. But you get what I'm saying. I'll always remember it. Got Pac-Man World 2. The PS2 again was the first console that I ever played Pac-Man World 2 on, and that was on my neighbor's PS2 that was across the street from us. Not Bryce. Bryce was on the other side, and then we had the merch stalls on the other side, and they had Pac-Man World 2. and I would stay at their house just to play their PS2 and play Pac-Man World 2. I remember briefly talking about this in my GameCube episode, so I won't go too in depth about it, but I just have so many fond memories of this game. Swimming underwater, to using your torpedo moves under the water, bouncing on those oh come on, what's that level called? Bedoing Woods. Yep, Bedoing Woods. I remember that level very well. I can't say enough about Pac-Man World 2. Great game, and I'm glad they finally got Pac-Man in Smash Bros. Last but not least, on the PS2, we've got Namco Museum. I had the old, here, look, I've got it sitting right here. This is what I used to play the Namco, you know, classic Pac-Man, Rally X, Dig Dug, all those on this thing. When I saw this on the PS2 at GameStop, I knew I needed to get it. I loved the different spin that they would put on the games. They had like modernized versions of them, and you could play the classic ones too, and it was multiplayer, so you could take turns with 2 people. I just have so many fond memories. I brought this over to Bryce's house one time, and we threw down on, what was it? Dig Dug Rearrangement, I think. Yeah, we were going back and forth on that game. I remember so well. Namco Museum, definitely a fun game. So guys, that'll wrap up my PS2 episode. I want to know what your guys' favorite PS2 games are. I'll keep an eye out for them, and you know, I'll give them a try too, just to see what you guys went through with those games. So let me know down in the comments what your favorite PS2 games are, what your favorite memories are with your PS2, what console that you had. Did you have the fat one? Did you have the slim black one or the slim white one even. I think Terry has that one. Um, but just I want to know what you guys loved most about the PS2. Um, anyways, we'll catch you next time on Nostalgia Lane. Keep playing your PS2. Keep playing your Mortal Kombat's and your MX Unleashed, because those games you just can't get back again. Um, anyways, this is Riley signing off. I'll catch you next week. Take care.